Everybody, Mr. Price here, continuing our read aloud for the day. We're in the middle of the Watsons Go to Birmingham, 1963, and we are in the middle of chapter 14, specifically. When we last read, a bomb had gone off in the church that Joey was attending Sunday school at. The whole family ran there, Kenny included. He wandered his way inside, where he found that shoe that was from one of the victims, and he believed it was Joey's shoe. He saw the wool poo again, which, if you hadn't caught on, the wool poo is a metaphor for death, the Grim Reaper, so to speak. At the very end, it said that Kenny walked back as quick as he could to Grandma Sand's house. So we'll continue from there. I felt like I floated up the front stairs. Then I made sure the screen door didn't slam and took my shoes off and went in and sat on my bed. I hadn't remembered to make it that morning, so I got up and tucked the sheets in and fluffed up the pillow like Mama does. I sat back on the bed and looked down at my hands. They were acting like nervous little sparrows too, so I squeezed them between my knees. I reached in my pocket and took out the shiny shoe. When me and the wool poo were trying to grab it away from each other, the back part had gotten ripped. Man, the shoe was ripped like it was made out of paper. The picture of the little white boy with the girl's hairdo and the dog was torn right in half. All that was left was the dog, smiling at me like he'd just eaten a cat. I tried to remember if I'd been mean to Joey this morning. I guessed I hadn't. I never did tell her how she helped Byron save my life in the water. I guess I should have. Where'd you go? How'd you get back here so fast? How come you changed your clothes? My ears had decided to work again. I looked up toward the door but stopped looking when I saw the white frilly socks standing on the wooden floor in front of my door. I guess the wool poo was taking Joey around for her last visits. I was afraid to look up. I was afraid to look at her face. I knew I'd see the wool poo's rope tied around her waist. "Hi, Joey," was all I could think of saying. "Where are Mama and Daddy?" "Oh, you'll probably see them next. He takes you around to see your family before you go." She sat beside me on the bed. I still wouldn't look at her. I dropped the shoe and used my knees to stop the sparrows from fluttering around. Oh man, this is very scary. I'd seen the two little girls on the grass in the red and blue dresses, and I didn't want to see my little sister that way too. "What's wrong with you, Kenny? How come you're looking so funny?" "I guess I should have told you thanks for saving my life, huh? Is it too late to tell you that?" Joey didn't say anything for a second, then got up off the bed. "Why are you acting so crazy? Where are Mommy and Daddy? What's that you dropped? What are you trying to hide?" She picked her shoe up from where I'd dropped it. "Ooh, Kenny, whose shoe is this? What did you do to it?" "It's yours, Joey. I got it from the wool poo." "You better quit trying to scare me, Kenny, or I'm going to tell Mama. This better not be my shoe or you're in big trouble, Buster." Joey walked out of the room, but I still couldn't look at her. The wool poo was, stopping her. "Joey." After a second, she came back into my bedroom. "What?" She was sounding real mean. I didn't look up. I kept looking at my hands. "I love you." Whap! The shiny, ripped black shoe hit me right in my chest. Whose shoe is that? I finally looked up to see what Joey looked like. There were no ropes tied around her waist, and nobody with square toes was hanging around. But what really surprised me was that Joey had both of her shiny black shoes in her hands. She'd taken them off at the front door. "Kenneth Bernard Watson, you better tell me what's going on or I'm really gonna tell. I'm not playing with you." Joey was imitating Mama so much that she didn't say Bernard, she said Bernard. "Joey, didn't you go to Sunday school?" "You know I did." "Don't you know what happened?" Joey sat back down next to me. "Kenny, I'm not playing with you. Why are you acting so weird?" Her voice was starting to get all choky. Why aren't you still in that church? It was so hot in there I went and stood on the porch and saw you. Saw me? Where? Kenny, you better stop this nonsense. You know you waved at me from across the street. You know when I tried to come to you, you kept laughing and running in front of me. You know I chased you all the way down that street. Joey got a funny look on her face. But you had on different clothes. Joey's voice was getting higher with everything she said, and when she was done, she was sounding real crazy. Joey, That's it. You're through this time, mister. You don't know when to stop teasing, do you? That's it. I'm telling on you. Joey stood up and ran up the stairs, screaming, Mommy! 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 I could hear Grandma Sands moving around upstairs, and she finally clomped down the steps and came into my room. Joey was hanging on her arm, still screaming. Grandma Sands must have had real thin blood, because even though it was hot as a furnace in the house, she had on a big thick nightgown and a big thick robe. The smell of baby powder came into the room a second after she did. What on earth y'all doing raising this much Cain this early in the morning? Joetta, honey, stop that noise. Kenny, what's wrong with this child? Joetta finally said, He's trying to scare me, Grandma Sands. He won't tell me where Mommy is. Joey kept boo-hooing like a real idiot. Kenneth, where's Willona and Daniel? Grandma Sands pulled Joey off her leg and held her shoulders, then gave her a little shake. Joetta, you stop that noise. Grandma Sands can't handle that much noise this early, sweetheart. A bell went off in my head. The wolf who had missed Joey. He wasn't having much luck at all with any of the weird Watsons. I had to go to the church to get Mama and Dad and Byron. Grandma Sands said, What are all them sirens doing? Lord, has the whole world gone mad today? Where's your Mama and Daddy? The last thing I heard was Grandma Sands yelling, Boy, if you slam that door like that again... I looked down and saw my socks flying over the Alabama mud. And it's a little bit of a short chapter today, but we're going to stop there. Tomorrow, we're going to pick up with what may be the last chapter from this story. Maybe the last reading, depends on how much we can get through of it. I hope you all are having a great day. Please remember to complete your exit ticket, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye, everyone.